Hello and welcome to the Friendly Geordies podcast. I'm not Ali,
Neither am I.
and neither is he. And I like it.
He is here.
I'm in the driver's
hiding.
seat. This is exciting. This is what it's like running a company, isn't
Is it?
I don't know.
Well, I guess if you're the CEO of Twitch, yes.
If you're the CEO of Twitch, which we no TikTok, which the one we did, yes, TikTok.
I think that would be vastly different. I think that being the CEO of TikTok would be constantly thinking, is this the day I jump out of the building?
Dude, I don't think I could work in a proper office. I just don't think I could do it anymore. But look,
Yeah.
welcome.
So, as a result of that, you have to sign up to the Up Late, even though we have offered you absolutely nothing, and probably won't this entire podcast. But nonetheless, we are trying to battle on.
Let's see what we
Our,
This is we're winging
I'm sorry,
it.
yes.
Winging it pod. Is that what you're saying?
Well, we did have a bunch of prepared topics.
Yeah, I've got some
producer. Here. Are we just going to throw them out the door?
No. I got them here.
Great.
So we got a bunch, but basically, long story short, Ali is away in Pakistan. So
he will be dead at some point.
I
He's got
assume
to survive
so.
there for 2 weeks.
I assume so. But thank you for joining us. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Podbean. I've found out people listen to this on and iTunes. All the things.
Good on you all.
Big love. We've got the Up Late. Definitely sign up to that. It'll, I guess, fill the hole in our hearts that Tafts is now gone, which I'm very sad about.
Well, if you'd like to lament that,
I mean,
I would very much like to
us.
hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Purely because you have glasses similar to Adam's.
Yeah,
And therefore, I assume you have some insights.
I do, man. It's actually pretty funny. They've been releasing the lost episodes, and I think it is just Adam now, and he's like the lost episodes, and it's like huge guests, like the chick from The Sopranos, Julian Casablancas from The Strokes, and everyone's like, how is this
The lost episode.
this would and then one comment was just like Nick complaining about how no one likes what we're doing and we're not going anywhere, and then relegating to the biggest names they could get as like B-sides and not really promoting him at all. It's like, what? And then like people saying, I'm pretty sure they did this as a meme. I can't keep up. It's just it's ridiculous, as bizarre as. But I'm very sad about it personally. I can't believe it. I've just been watching a lot now.
But isn't it exactly the same? Nick Mullen
Yeah, it's the same.
Wasn't on the podcast.
No, he
much.
wasn't. Not much. No, it is the same. But like
I don't know what he did.
producer.
He sometimes went on a podcast where both of them would be on their phones most of the time.
Yeah, and he would just say like stuff like gay and like make lewd
He's
jokes.
sorely missed.
Yeah.
Someone needs to say that.
I just worry that like Adam isn't going to be able to
You
do it all on his own, because like
Oh, it'd be so tough with their multiple producers.
do they have multiple?
Yes, I've seen
True.
buck shots of the back, and there is a lot of fat Guidos with their hats backwards that really could have just replaced Starve. Another fat guy with it.
just gotten one on.
Just chuck one in there. That's
Yeah.
all Stav ever was a laugh track to that podcast.
It's true. It's
and
true.
that was sorely missed. I know that it's very cool to dismiss that, but
No.
it was a missing dimension.
No, you're right.
And also what would have helped a lot is if they did what a bunch of other Twitch podcasts do, which is get 12 or so sound effects of someone just being like, "Whoop, pow!"
Yeah.
Yeah, don't go there, man. That would help.
that could help. That would be cool.
And
I
that
mean,
would help our podcast, so I can't really talk.
well, we have him just all the way over
God,
there.
really,
you know?
this is just come town without Stav, isn't it? Where's the guy with the baby laugh?
It's true. It's pretty true. Yeah.
The corrupted baby laugh.
I mean, I think our Up Late is where the
Real action is.
That's where the
it's
real
definitely
action
true.
is.
I am not just saying this because it gives us money. That's a nice bonus.
Yeah.
But the Up Late podcast usually is a lot better, and the reason for that is we're cowards. And so
No, it's just a different. I think it's just a different thing. It's like, I don't know, whatever. It's good to have different, it's good to have hit different notes on different platforms, and then, this is live and this is scrutinized by all our enemies. You know, it's probably
So
not.
It's just
I don't
endless
know.
tight-roping for no reason. We really could just not do this live.
We
and that
shouldn't
would
do
solve,
this pod. I mean,
99% of our problems.
Yeah, but whatever. Like we
It's
work
set
hard.
up this way, so we continue.
I mean,
on.
I feel like it's cool in your 30s, no matter what, to be productive. Like, you should just do shit. You know, like, it's like, if there's an option to do less, you shouldn't do it. Because it's like, it's whatever. Just like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not my natural proclivity to be like, I just want to work as much as I can. It probably is yours. But, like, I think it's a good thing. And it's like, if anything, it's just an ad for the Up Late. Because the Up Late is like, it's a different set of circumstances for different art, man. You know?
Yes.
It's just different. It's different. This is like, this is MSNBC. And then you can tune into Fox and Friends.
Oh, the Up Late. That's a really good way of putting it.
It's a bit like that.
The Up Late's
And
Fox
also,
and Friends.
you know what I like about this too? It's good.
No friends.
It's good to put. It's good to do different things. Like, it's good to have different. Like, it's cool to. It's cool to, like, not censor yourself, but to be in a different medium. Like, it's cool to be like talk show, drive home, like you know, like bloody what are they called? Not American Rosso, the other ones. You know,
Yes.
Hamish and Andy.
Amos and Andy.
Amos
In the
and
20s.
Amos. Yeah.
It's incredible that they were called Amos and Andy.
I never thought
and then
about
we had
that.
Hamish
I
and
never
Andy.
thought about that.
Well,
But
they weren't in the same country, but it's still
yeah,
a good
but still.
coincidence.
But my point is, like, I think it's cool to do different things purely for you know, just because of life and shit. Like, I don't know, expand your repertoire. Like, it's just good to do different. Like, it's, you know, be a baker
It
as
is
well.
still hilarious that Miss Love is more or less involuntarily, somehow, by sheer accident,
Yeah.
more or less a panelist on Sky News. This man.
What do you mean?
The guy in the death shirt. Right? So what? A jumper wasn't enough. You needed a shirt as well.
I don't think it says death. I don't
What
know.
is it?
I don't know what it says. Some like it's some sort of death metal band, but
Some death metal band to go under the shirt, the jacket that says death is obviously
it's
referring to death
it's
metal.
a scary shirt. Hey,
All of it. At most things you have scare me. And it's just hilarious that you somehow have become a political pundit.
political
It
partner.
really shouldn't have ever happened.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Truly
and
ridiculous.
That's what happens when you try things.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
actually not bad.
Yeah, it's
and
good.
that's why I really do want to get your thoughts on the Werribee by-election.
Well, look,
as
the first comment, like so like our lovely producer who we love has sent us 3 topics to do with the Super Bowl. So it's obviously a slow
right.
week, which I already am very well versed in. So we only
you've got that covered.
So we got that covered. We only have one political, and thank you for joining us, being 2 of us here. We push on no matter what, of course. But Victorian by-elections, is this what you're talking about? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me just read this. By-elections occurred on Saturday in the Victorian state seats of Prahran and Werribee. The Liberals, maybe I should let you explain this. There is an article. I'm going to just gloss over this article, and you...
Far be it from me to properly pronounce the names of state MP seats.
Damn, Sue
So
Munro.
I am not going to be even attempting to
Yeah.
name the one that starts with P. But Werribee is a great seat because it is a bellwether, Miss Love. It's always seen as one of those...
They wear bell-bottom jeans. Is that what you're saying? They're like ABBA.
Absolutely what I'm saying. As
Okay.
usual, you somehow ask backwards, fell into the right answer. I
Yeah.
don't know how you keep doing it. This is why he's a political pundit. But you're right.
Yeah.
It is one of those seats where you have Burby, Australia. Burby, Australia.
The Burbs. There's so
And
much.
that's where all elections are decided now.
Someone's just said
Burbs.
it's pronounced prawn. Prawn? Okay.
All right, well, yeah, that one.
Whatever. Miss Love, quote, "It's good to have hobbies." It's literally what I'm saying. But anyway.
Yeah, well, is he wrong? He could be wrong.
Just saying.
I hope he's not wrong. That'd be really sad if he's wrong. You shouldn't have hobbies. You should live in a vacuum.
Exactly.
Don't make vacuuming your hobby either.
That's just, that's lame. We don't like cleaning.
Werribee is one
Sorry.
of those bellwether
I'm not looking
seats.
at that.
It's
Yeah.
in the burbs. And
Fill me
also, on top of that, It's crucial that Labor holds its seats in Victoria.
Just quickly,
preferably gained.
Do you know who Sue Monroe is?
No.
Okay. Because, if your Labor lost, I think I know why.
All right. Well, I think the Labor contested for Prue was a contestant in Mr. Universe in the 70s with Arnold Schwarzenegger who had a sex change, if I'm looking at that correctly.
No, God bless. We don't know anything about it. It's like, I'm sure whoever it is doing well. But anyway.
No, but that's... Look, right,
I don't know. So what's happened?
That was not a seat that was in contest.
Okay, sorry. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Just give me the back. What are you on about? Spill it. Spell it out for us bloody normies. Spell it for us.
In English.
In English, please. Plain English.
Who is keeping Australia Australia?
Yeah, who are you?
Well, anyway, so that's the seat.
Okay. So
it's one of those Burby seats.
Yep.
And as a result of being a Burby seat, that was a really good test for where the Victorian mindset is.
Okay.
The Victorian mindset, from what we can glean from it, is that is a safe Labor seat. Like most of the seats out there, they're safe Labor seats.
Yeah, usually, right?
Yes. Well, like Burby seats are usually safe Labor seats in that region because it's more struggle street.
Yeah. That's interesting because, like, I feel like New South Wales burbs are usually Libs.
Yeah, of course, but there is not a more Labor place
than Victoria. It's
as Labor as
the Eureka Stockade.
Yeah, it's in their
Ballarat,
DNA.
Bendigo. It's in their DNA.
Yeah.
Which is, I love those towns.
Melbourne, you go there every time you see a bunch of
CFMU.
That's Melbourne to me. Melbourne is, at like all major cities, a bunch of rich Asians walking around in pajamas. It's not. We really don't have a bad composition of our cities, do we?
The pajamas
rich Asians
are weird.
in pajamas.
Yeah.
They're one just for whatever reason, a bunch of crackheads and guys that look exactly like John Secker walking around in CFMEU jumpers. That if I didn't know what the CFMEU was, I'd think, oh my god, Miss Love's gained up. And he's about to mug me.
Hell yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Werribee is one of those seats that sort of acts as a predictor of what's going to happen in the election.
Yeah.
It was a safe seat. It is not a safe seat anymore. It is marginal as.
Right.
But, and this is the big point. This is the big but out of all of this.
Yeah.
Unpopular Premier. Labor is in power both state and federal, which is never a good sign in a by-election.
Okay.
Because people are always looking to kick whoever's in government.
Really?
Endlessly. Always, because we're dickheads.
Fair enough.
The worst human beings on earth.
Fair enough. Oh, Jesus. Lighten up.
Sorry, all human beings are terrible human beings. They all do the same thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what democracy you go to in the world. They are all going to kick whoever's in government.
Yeah, I'm starting to get to the point of, like, democracy doesn't work. It's kind of a thing, but yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Regardless of that,
Yep.
Labor held on to the seat. The Liberals obviously gained a lot of ground. I think it was 8 points that they gained or something. But Labor held on. Conversely, in this Prue seat, or whatever it's called.
Prahran or something.
Prahran.
I don't know.
What I know of the makeup of that seat,
Paran.
despite not being able to pronounce it, so I'm obviously an expert in this.
Sorry. Fuck, your mic.
What I understand...
Keep talking a second. Keep talking.
Well, what's the point if no one can hear me?
No, they can
I've just been
They can
deftly talking, a little mouse in the corner like in Cat Dog. Is that me?
Yeah, you. What are these?
I mean, yeah, but
Keep talking,
you
keep
can't...
I'm gonna see.
You can't not do a lot of this on a pod, surely.
Which one's you?
I don't know. Okay? He's asking which lever is me.
Just okay. Do this. Go. Just hold one note. Go. Now ask them. Did that go down? They can't read. You can't.
All right, on this 30-second delay, let's ask, did that go down? So,
I'm pretty sure that was you. They're just saying you're a little quiet. It's fine.
okay, well,
Keep talking.
shut up. All right? Maybe you are doing too much of this at home. Listen up,
Everyone's
short
saying
ass.
I can hear you. We can hear him. It's just
Okay,
one. It's
all
one
right.
complainer.
Stop
It's one
whining.
complainer. Yeah. Go on. Sorry.
Now I've lost my flow.
Sorry.
My Victorian week late by-election flow.
We're both also like, I don't think either of us have eaten anything today, so this is going to be the on-the-fly delirious pod. Like
I always look. That never works well for Mislav. Mislav works well insanely if he just has
Filled
like an
with
entire
carbs.
epic mealtime level lasagna.
Yeah, then I'm like,
Then,
whew!
That's his Popeye spinach.
It's weird, but yeah.
But me, on the other hand, just work like a normal human being in the African savannah. I am more on my game when I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Ah.
So, yeah.
That seat is, how do I say this? Very gay. Very
Okay.
gay seat.
Fair enough.
It's kind of similar, I suppose, to, Oxford Street, where you have
It is
that
gay.
independent, I can't remember his name, Alex or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen him around, right? Surely. Every time you are down Oxford Street, there's just a clean-cut gay dude in his 40s. Hello.
Oh, yeah,
I love
yeah.
Oxford Street. And gays.
Of course.
And gays.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah? That guy?
Yeah.
That is that seat. Oh, this is how it's been explained to me anyway. It's that seat there. It's pink dollar.
Yeah.
dollar
Okay.
seat.
Yeah.
The exact opposite of working class, you know?
Right.
There's a bunch of guys that own gyms, go to the gym,
Yeah.
think about the gym a lot,
Yeah.
probably get all their hookups in the gym. Mm-hmm. It's one of those seats. Pink dollary.
Yeah.
As a result, it is the battleground between the Greens and the Liberals,
Right.
which is more or less what a teal is, which is why I find them personally so insufferable.
Yeah.
It is a combination of the two.
Yeah.
And obviously in Sydney, we've solved the problem. Well, money has solved the problem by running independents in these seats.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. I got you.
And so that's how they win. That's how they win those seats.
Just put it a bit closer, won't you?
They, for whatever reason, haven't been able to solve that there. And so it has always just been a battle between the Greens and the Libs. And the
Right.
Greens comfortably have won the last three. And something that has been quite like The Day After Tomorrow. Remember that Tom Cruise film? Was that it?
Yeah. The Day After Tomorrow. Was it the one where
He
that
just
the
keeps
one-
replaying the same day.
Oh yeah, and
Is that
he
it?
keeps seeing the same
Groundhog
girl.
Day, except aliens.
Yeah, he keeps seeing the same girl. Yeah, that one was not as good as Oblivion.
Well, I think objectively, it's better than Oblivion.
Bullshit.
But I think that both of us like Oblivion more purely because it was a parody of Tom Cruise.
Yeah, it's true. It was kind of man versus robot. It wasn't even a movie. It's just, what was he doing? Building shit?
It was just Tom Cruise
Flying
looking
around.
awesome for 2 hours.
Pretty
That's a
sick.
movie.
That's pretty sick.
I'm glad I paid money for that.
But,
I paid
I
money
do-
for it twice. I went and saw Oblivion twice, and I don't regret either.
That's you know what? It's insane, but I'd do it. There's fucking, like, you know what you're getting.
You know what you're getting? I honestly did really like Oblivion.
It's a good movie. I agree.
And I think
Shut
that
up,
it was
bitch.
too slow, but there was moments in it where I shed a tear.
I mean, I
You know
can't
why?
talk.
Purely just because the soundtrack was epic. That's it.
Yeah, it was 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Yeah, so sick. So the Day After Tomorrow is the one we realized. Yeah, but how is
that's
that
what
like
it's
the election? I don't understand.
All I'm saying is that, like in The Day After Tomorrow,
Yeah.
no one can figure out how to beat the aliens, and then one day that great soothsayer chick with the sword comes out, and she figures out how to push the alien horde back.
Right. Yeah.
That's the Greens. The Greens infest a place. No one figures out how to send back the infestation. And
What
then
do
they
you
kind
what
of
do you
spread.
what do you make of people that say some of these independents and whatnot sometimes push parties into like better decisions?
I say that that's exactly their propaganda that they sell out to you, which is not based in fact at all.
It's not?
Not at all. They always just push out some shitty amendment that everyone gives them this huge round of applause for, which
Yeah.
is nothing. You know? Like, I'll give you a very good example of that kind of stuff. The Greens, for instance, saying, we put an amendment in the Future Made in Australia policy that it has to be spent on renewables. You know what that's the equivalent of saying? We put an amendment in this road policy that the money has to be built on roads. It's like, yeah, that's the point of the bill. But
Right.
okay, you put the word road in the bill one more time.
Okay.
And then they advertise that endlessly and say, we made them better. That's just
So
their
they don't
little
really
propaganda point that idiots that just don't like the idea of being mainstream fall for. Because it's purely just a narcissism ego boost thing. People are not educated on politics. They don't follow politics. And they have an idea that they're better than politicians, and they're definitely better than mainstream politicians.
Right.
And they just prey off that.
Yeah,
That's why they
okay.
get the seats.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
not true or founded in reality at all. And it's
Interesting,
exactly the same with the fucking Teals. Teals are just liberals. They are just liberals.
Yeah.
They just like the environment.
They're like
That's it.
exactly. Yeah.
And so that's what you're getting in this kind of fight here.
yeah.
But
So they. So who won the sheet? What
this
happened?
is what's interesting,
Okay.
Mislav.
What happened? Tell me.
The Greens held that seat, I think, by even more of a margin than the Labor Party did. The Labor Party held on.
Okay.
The Greens lost.
Really?
Someone has figured out how to push back the infestation. The infestation
Right.
is
But what-
getting contained.
But wait a sec. This headline says Victorian by-elections, Liberals gain Prahan or whatever it is,
Yes.
Prahan, from Greens and Labor ahead in Werribee.
Yeah.
So didn't the Libs smoke them all? You're saying?
No, the Liberals would love to claim that that was a huge victory for them.
Okay.
The seat to look for them. What that really showed is, okay, the Australian public is saying, Labor sucks, Liberals suck. Okay, yeah, I'll just vote for Labor. But I was always interpreting everyone constantly saying Labor sucks as they want to get rid of them. No, it's just that we're Australian whingy idiots and we just complain about everything all the time.
Right.
They are not prepared to pull the trigger. That's what I read from this. They're not prepared to pull the trigger.
Don't think you should keep calling them all idiots if you want to get them on your side.
I know, but they are.
You're just
Look,
like-
I just, this is my
you're
whole,
not going
this
to
is my
convince. You're
entire
not going to
theory.
convince anyone if you're like, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. I don't
Hey,
know who you
you're
are.
an idiot.
I don't know who you are, but I'm sure
You're
you're
an
a jerk. Like, you can't.
I'm sorry, I just can't do it anymore. I can't. I don't.
just over
care.
it. You're
I'm
over
not
it.
trying to
Fair
convince
enough.
anyone of
Fair
anything
enough.
anymore. I'm just trying to tell people
Fair enough.
how it is.
No, do it. If you at least no, fuck yeah, fuck.
I really. This is how I think of Australians. I really think of Australians as being
You're fed up
like
with
my
democracy.
brother that has a mental disability.
Yeah,
I
okay.
love him, but
Yeah.
it's, you know.
frustrated. Just so. Well, dude, I
That's
kinda,
how I feel about Australians. Like, I love them, but
I mean,
they are a
Yeah,
bit
I kind of
in the
can't
head,
blame
aren't
you
they?
though. After like your whole life of like it's almost like you didn't realize that it's like you spend your whole life to get this party, and it's like there's a very real chance they're not going to stay in. It's like you didn't realize that. Like the whole deal with like
No, I just thought that-
democracies. It's just
always
dude. It's just
I just
it
thought they'd
never
get a
ends.
decade.
Never.
That's
yeah.
all I thought. Yeah, I thought it'd just be fair's fair. Give them a go.
Actually, and that is
Give 'em a
that,
go.
and that would be fair. Yeah, actually, you know what? And that is a fair statement.
the
It's like,
amount of good that they could do in a decade.
yeah, a decade. All you want is a decade because it's like you can, because that's like the Hawking Keating thing. It's like you can implement things that are going to have lasting results
Exactly,
over a amount
and
of
you
time.
can't
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
year.
No,
Even,
a year,
even though
yeah.
they have.
Even though they've
Like,
done a
we'll
lot.
go
even
into
though they've
those
done
in a
lot.
second because I think they're really important. But I think that what that indicator is, which
Mm-hmm.
is incredible, is that the Labor brand is holding strong. It's just everyone's having a whinge and going like, I'm voting for minor parties, but they're all just preferencing it back to Labor, so it's fine.
Swing,
Or
yeah.
like some of them are anyway.
So it says the Liberals gained Prahan from the Greens by a 51.6 to 48.4 margin. So that's
Yeah, and what was that? Like a 13-point jump or something, wasn't it?
13.6.
There you
swing
go.
for
That's
the
huge.
Liberals.
That is massive.
How the hell? That's really crazy that the Libs took it from the Greens.
You just have to understand the seat. The seat is not us, Smisler. The seat
Right.
is Pink Dollar.
Oh right, yeah, but
It's-
still, that's
But
even
you've
more
met those
surprising.
gays before. There's so many closeted gays in the Liberal Party. I'll never understand it.
Gotcha.
I'll never get it. But everyone knows what I'm talking about, especially if you're from Adelaide. It's just riddled, absolutely riddled with queers. It's
Right,
they're all in there, and they're all wearing their little cravats and having their champagne flutes.
Right.
And they like the Liberal Party for some reason.
Okay.
And so they're just very tealy people. they wish the Liberal Party was a little bit better on the environment. So I think they usually held their nose and voted for the Greens. And so that's the dynamic that's happening there. And there's obviously a bunch of hipsters in there because gays and hipsters usually, they're like great ape cousins.
Welcome to the Boomer Pod. This is like...
No, I'm talking about it on a demographic. You can't not talk about demographics and not sound boomery. There's no way.
I know, okay. Yeah, fair.
You're setting me up to fail here.
So really, it's kind of like Greens a big loss, Libs win, and Labour kind of the same?
No, it is. That's what I'm saying. You want to be looking at a duke out between the two majors who wins. Mm-hmm. Labour wins.
But...
Labour wins,
right?
And
really?
Counts
in the both of those seats, or whatever.
In both of those seats, the Labour Party wins. And
interesting.
When it comes to the Greens, I would be terrified if I was the Greens because you know what that means.
What?
A big indicator of that is the jig is up.
Right.
If you are switching from the Greens to the Liberals, this is the part that you are correct to identify, Mislav, when you said that is a weird jump.
Yeah, it's a weird jump.
The reason that happened, by and large, is, and I'm so happy it finally happened, finally, I think people no longer see the Greens as this morally superior being of light.
Right.
If you're voting for the Greens, you're so much more morally superior than everyone, and you care so much more.
Yeah.
No, what the Greens are seen as now, I think, is just another political party.
Right,
and doing things in their own self-interest and deliberately withholding progress to keep up their brand.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Fair enough.
That is, I think, how the average person is seeing them, and that is why in the ACT their vote has been they've gone back massively. I think they lost like 3 of their seats in the local council elections in Sydney and New South Wales, decimated.
Yep.
In Queensland, decimated, and this by-election is not looking good for them.
Really?
So I think that they are there is going to be one massive loser in the next election, and it will be the Greens.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang, that's interesting.
They are terrified of the next election, as they should be.
But the Teals will do well, you think?
I think the Teals will do well, unfortunately.
Well, but that's not really unfortunate, because that like wedges the Libs.
For now. But what is going to happen with the Teals? Mark my words, they're going to form their own party. It'll be the Hillary Clinton Democrats Party. It'll be the Lib Light Party.
Yeah.
It's just, this is what happens all throughout history. There's a great saying in politics in Australia, which is, there's the Labor Party and the rest of them. Which is just that all of them are just con artists. The rest of them don't care.
I can just feel, people getting pissed off in the YouTube comments in live time. Like, it hasn't even been uploaded yet. I can just see smashing the... I don't know. I'm not politically... I'm like, honestly, like... I'm kind of like, it's bad, and you'd be pissed, Jordan, but I'm a bit like... I just, I dabble in and out of Australian politics, and right now I'm just like, I'm just not interested. I know that's bad.
Yeah.
But, so I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, like... I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. It's a wild... It's just a sick... It's like the same fucking... I'm a little bit... I think I'm a little bit... what's the word? Like, disenfranchised with democracy. Because it's like, you got Trump. Yeah, he's hilarious. But we're just talking about how he's bringing back plastic straws. And then looking at the sort of circular, whatever, nature of politics here, it's just like... It's just like... just like check out sometimes, it's like it's just like the same thing over and over, you know what I mean? So right now I'm just in this mode of like, but I'll come back into it again, but like I don't know.
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, I'm a bit disenfranchised, and it's so slow moving, and also it just never ends, the talking. Like, I was in the car today. Oh, God, I was in the car today with my lovely mother and brother, and, like, like, their personalities are basically the same. But, my mum's, like, an old, rusted-on lib. Fair enough. Like, grew up in, like, I don't know. She has her reasons. Eastern Bloc, whatever. And my brother is basically just, like, his circles, he's just, like, I don't know, Greens voter, I assume. And then Jordan goes, vote Labor. And he goes, yeah, okay. but like he's not political. But and we were having a discussion over like it was literally like mum come back from New Zealand. She was like, oh, I don't know, saying something about like something about the Maoris, and then Gog was like, oh, did you hear about that? There's apparently like a really conservative government there, and they're trying to take back the land rights or something, and then
of course, Gog's
of course, yeah. And then like he was like coal mining. He's like they're trying to build more coal mines, and I was like, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea on like tectonic plates. And then Mum was just like, do you not like? No, he goes, do you like coal mines? And Mum goes, yep. And then she goes, do you not like coal mines? And he goes, no. And I swear to God, I swear to God, this is what happened. I was driving, I just went, and they kind of looked at me and they go, you're both wrong. You're both wrong, just so you know. And then they were just like, yeah, all right, whatever. I just said that, and I couldn't be bothered. I just said, you're both wrong, because they are both wrong. And
How did you say that?
Okay, simple example of coal, why they're both wrong. Mum's wrong, because, like, blanket statement.
Are you close enough to the microphone?
Yeah. I'm way louder now for some reason.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm fine, yeah.
Yeah.
I think, my opinion ever, to blanketly support coal is crazy, because it's like, okay, here's the negatives. Like, from what I hear, I'm no expert. This is what I hear. All I hear. This is just what I hear on the street, right?
I'm just a simple family exclusive taxi.
Yeah, I am.
A taxi.
I was a taxi driver today. I was screwed, but
it's where you should be. Honestly, I really feel like that's.
I would.
You're an immigrant. You're from Croatia. You should have been a cab driver.
You're right. Anyways, so I mean, it's simple. I believe that like blanket supporting coal is not a good idea, because I hear that it's losing money. It's propped up a lot by like governments. There is an argument that it's bad for the environment. I'm just putting it out there. Yeah. There's an argument, global warming and whatnot.
More studies are needed.
More studies are needed, but it's an argument. I think it's kind of logical to diversify your energy, even if it's all malarkey about the pollution. Like bellowing smoke into the atmosphere is not bad for the environment. I still would say
maybe index fund it.
Yeah, like it's good. Like no monopoly is good. So how about you just diversify it
purely on that metric?
Well, like
yeah, it's not bad.
It's not a bad idea. It's like what you got stocks, right? How many stocks? You don't have one stock. You've got 15. Yeah, that's how it works. So like that's an argument for that, right? So like that's an argument for why I was like, Mum, you can't just be pro coal. I mean, you can, but like, it doesn't make sense. And then on the other side, I don't agree with my brother who's like, he's anti-coal, because it's like, well, how do you plan on transitioning out of a energy that powers, I don't know, 80% of the grid? What, you just stop it now? Or, I agree with him that you shouldn't be building coal plants in fucking New Zealand when they're on like volcanic tectonic plates. It's probably not a good idea. So I agree with him there, but it's like to just like ban it in Australia. It's like, well, like Newcastle will just.
But that is opinion.
No, but I'm just doing the two. I was in the car with like two fringe opinions. I'm just saying.
What was his fringe opinion?
I just shut it down, so I don't know. But like, I don't. He's not very political, but like. Gogs is like the thing is like he can be convinced about something. He's not like dogmatic, whereas Mum is like similar,
quite dogmatic.
But like I don't know what his opinion is, but I'm just saying like if Mum is I love coal, and let's say for argument's sake he is I don't, which is true. He said I don't know. He doesn't think past. He probably hasn't thought past.
I don't like coal.
I don't like coal, but it's like. That's why I was saying they're both wrong, because it's like, Mum, like you can't, like just loving coal is insane, but then also just banning coal tomorrow is also they're both insane opposites. So that's why I said it.
Right.
So I was just like, it's just this whole again, this like everyone has it's like your identity is connected to something. Politics is sport. What's your sports team? And then you have to believe everything your sports team says, and it's like there's middle ground here where you can like phase slowly out of coal and then like invest in other industries and then train people in those. It's like massive change, but like slowly maybe moving towards that. But then also like not just being like
It's so stupid in my mind now that I think about it that anybody honestly sits there and thinks
I don't know.
like anything when it comes to politics. It's honestly so it's infuriating that you have to share this country with a third of the population that is so immature now that they think, yeah, that banner that Pauline put up, or that banner that the Greens put up, or that banner that the Independents put up, if only they were in power, they would instantly ban coal. They would instantly shut off migration.
Yeah.
This is not how the world works.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
How do they not understand this?
I mean, it's a weird thought, but like none of these parties, if I'm not incorrect, like they can't even hold majority power, right? Like they can't get in power, right?
What do you mean?
Like One Nation or the Greens or whatever, they can't form a majority.
Never. They will never be able to do it because
Why is that?
Because they are purely based off of the egocentric narcissism of a specific type of person in the middle class. That's why.
Is it just a numbers game? That's what you're saying. You're not saying in terms of like philosophically or politically they can't get in because like their ideas are bad. You're saying literally can't happen because they don't have enough people. Not enough people will vote.
No, because this is the whole thing, right? Like at the end of the day, for the vast majority of the population, one day it's obviously changed so much. This is the explanation. I gave it before, but because we live in such a good country, and this is exactly the same problem that you have in Scandinavian countries, Central European countries, quite similar in Canada as well. The problem with all of them is that our standard of living has risen so much that but like a large chunk of the population, a third, are in the middle class, have a comfortable income, never need to want for food, never need to want for electricity, never need to want for shelter. And so as a result of that, they've just devolved into sort of like what you expect like the inbred aristocracy to be in medieval times, but that's now a third of the population. They will always have all of their basic needs met and more, and they will have country.
So if you don't have those met, that's when you start to. It's crazy that.
And so, like as a result of that, like if you have those things met, like if you're a Labor voter, the reason you're a Labor voter is because either you are poor or you remember poverty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I was just talking to a guy that I speak to, and I was like, "What's your earliest memory of being a Labor voter?" And it's like, dude. He lives in Frankston. His mum's a cleaner.
Jeez, yeah.
You know, she was driving from job to job as a cleaner, and she just Kevin Rudd was on the phone on the radio, and he goes, "Mum, who do we vote for?" And she said, "We're workers. We vote for Labor."
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
That woman needs penalty rates.
Yeah.
That woman needs minimum wage to go up. That woman needs an energy rebate. She needs that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Know? People that vote Greens, people that vote One Nation, have never experienced that poverty. Their fathers haven't experienced that poverty.
Yeah.
Their grandfathers haven't experienced that poverty. They have come from cushy bureaucratic backgrounds, or they've come from some level of inherited wealth.
Yeah.
But
it is also true that a lot of, let's say, immigrants and stuff vote Lib, but I think that's more a sort of pushback, almost like reaction from lived experience, because they've usually come from places that are like, you know.
Well, the other thing as well is they materially do deliver for immigrants a lot of the time, in the sense that, even though this isn't even true half the time, but they can advertise at the very least that I'm giving you a tax cut. Tax cut on small businesses. Small business rebate.
Yes.
They are still delivering to a constituency. Their constituency, this is why a lot of immigrants would vote for them.
I'm just saying it's fractured.
They all own fucking small businesses.
I'm just saying, like, the working class vote is fractured because a lot of them do vote Lib, even though they're, like, not earning a lot of money. Like, they're, like, hustling, but that's, you know, like, I'd say that they're probably voting against their own interests. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
No, but the thing is that those people are not workers; they're business owners most of the time. Like, yes,
fair.
Large,
Fair.
They're
That's
just
fair. That's
unsuccessful business owners.
Yeah, you're right. That's usually the case. Yeah,
Large
business owners.
constituencies of ethnics
Yeah.
would be voting for that. But even then, honestly, the more that I learn about the ethnic vote, Chinese, for instance, you always just assume that the Chinese are going to like the libs, but usually it's the rich Chinese that like the libs.
Oh, okay.
The average Chinese person likes the Labor Party.
Right.
I always just assume that they hate them because they come from the CCP and they think that the CCP is bad. But it's just because the average Chinese person is like quite educated. And so they're not pro the CCP, but they understand that there is a wide gulf between the CCP and the Labor Party. Right? And they also understand that the Liberal Party is like the exact opposite of the CCP, just having this crony nothing that doesn't guide the economy at all. It's just crap.
Yeah.
I understand that.
So
they move there. But the reason that they vote for the Greens, the reason that they vote for One Nation is because politics to them is purely fashion. And they sit there and they say, I don't have a team. And it's just like, dude, the reason you don't have a team is because it is fashion to you and you change with the season. That's why. It's like way more vacuous than a team to you. It's a fucking piece of clothing. And it's just whatever piece of clothing your friends currently say is trendy. And that's all you care about.
I mean, look, I think you are generalizing, but that's fine.
Like, give me an example of someone who isn't. Like,
I mean,
if
like,
you really boil down people. This is the whole thing that I learn about demographics all the time.
Look, I don't know.
You can't escape them. I mean, I am an absolute stereotype of my demographic.
Right.
You're a stereotype of your demographic.
Yeah.
And you can sit there and say, like, don't pin me. But
no, I'm not saying don't pin me. Dude, like,
in a way.
I mean, look, well, actually, to be honest, what was I? Prior libertarian, new Labour, but, always open to suggestion. I am kind of weird. I'm not really that pinnable.
You're just a stoner.
I guess so.
At the end of the day,
I guess so. Yeah.
Really, your political beliefs, I think, were best expressed in your first vote ever, which was to the legalized cannabis party.
Yeah, exactly.
And
exactly.
That's just you in a nutshell.
But no, I'm not saying I'm not being like, I'm an individual. You can't. I'm not talking about me. And to be honest,
no, I know who you're talking.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, cool.
I'm telling you now, I've pegged you.
Yeah, well, look, I can't tell if you're just jaded and burnt out about politics and generalizing, or if you've just hit the nail on the head, and it's like you actually have done the research and you can just basically boil this down to like stereotypes. I don't know. Boil it down to metrics. Look,
the reason I can never predict why people are voting the way I can never predict an election.
Yeah.
The reason I can't do that is because I am greatly out of touch with the general population. Greatly out of touch with it.
Sure. Yeah.
But that is not the same.
Yeah.
As being able to boil down them into an abstract number and digit.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Totally.
I can absolutely see them as nothing more than a statistic.
The human touch. And you're right. And like and look, I'm not denying it. I'm a bit jaded about it all, but it's just like, it's just, as I was saying before, I'm just generally jaded by the process a bit. But look, For the argument's sake, let's say you're probably right.
Well, I'll also tell you this.
Yeah.
This is some incredible news. All right, so you were, for instance, extremely jaded about the fact that Trump just signs an executive order. This has to be dealt with right now. We need to bring back plastic straws.
It's so bad.
You've got the plastics lobby behind him. I think it's a great idea. Personally.
Dude, it was the CEO of American Plastics. Like, I don't think there's vested interest here. I think he's genuinely angry that paper straws are literally the fucking same. Just after an hour, they get a bit mushy. I think that's his, like,
genuinely, that's his point.
That thing. I'm no, as my mum would say, greeny, but in my old withering age, I've gotten soft, and sorry, like, policies that are clearly fucked for the environment, I'm not a fan of, and they scare me. Like, plastic is so fucked. There's a pile of rubbish in the ocean the size of Texas. Like, am I going crazy here? There's like the only thing that I'm like, I'm losing it. Everything else I'm like, yeah, but what you gonna do? But like, dude, that one is so
Plastic's terrifying.
It's insane.
Very scary.
Like, it doesn't. It's so illogical to me that it's like.
And it should be.
But I just don't. I
It
can't
makes
even.
a lot of sense. You had the plastic CEO behind him
Yeah.
saying, I think that there has been some overreach in the bureaucracy, and I think that we need to have some more research involved into it. So we're asking the bureaucracy to balance out their checks when it comes to plastics and to be more open-minded. Like a lot of wishy-washy talk, and then it just cut to Trump, just shut him down. It was just like, we're banning the straws. I'm sick of the straws melting. If you have a hot drink, it lasts maybe seconds sometimes. Don't give me this hour. If it's hot, it's not.
It really annoys
Bring me
me.
back plastic straws.
It really
Don't
annoys
see
me.
anything. This? Oh, that's incredible. When the sharks are swimming around in the ocean, I don't think they'll be jumping on the plastic straws, eating all the things they eat in there. Yes. So according to marine biologist Trump, the only thing swimming around in the ocean
Sharks,
is
yeah. What about turtles? And what about birds? Because they're opening up birds, and there's a lot of plastic. No, that's right. What would he say to that? It's not real
I don't
plastic.
think so. I don't think that.
I don't think so. I think those
sometimes
birds.
they might just do a straw, but then they learn their lesson that it's not a word.
So, like, if that's not, that was very discouraging.
Well, all I'm saying is,
Yeah.
this is why it is so crucial to re-elect Labor, because unlike all of these posers in the crossbench that suck, every last one of them, if you actually looked into them for a nanosecond, you'd realise they're a complete con artist with a billionaire backer. Every fucking time. Sorry, I will say there is some, but the ones that you like, the reason like them, there's all these dickheads online.
Australian
like, we
public.
need independence. The reason you
I don't
like
think that
them
many
is because
people are saying that.
so many.
Okay.
So many.
Fair
This is what they are pumping into the public's mind, because they know that the Liberals probably won't win, so they just want the crossbench to be there to block everything the Labor Party does until the Liberal brand recovers, and then they'll say, oh, we need stability. It's the same con that they do every time.
This man is not jaded by the system.
Not jaded. Sorry, I'm trying to say something positive here, and I'm just like, goddamn green.
Yeah, you're like, hate you, hate the Greens. I also hate the crossbench. Not the people, the physical bench. It's so squeaky. Fucking hell. No, go on. I want to hear. I've checked out. So, like, not now. I'm just saying, like, in the greater.
This is why it is. It angers me to no end.
Yeah.
The people are aimlessly dumping on the Labor Party when the reality of their record is so.
I love how, like, if I could love something as much as Jordan loves the Labor Party, I'd be a happy man. But I don't know if I've got that level of
I've
love.
got that level of love, yeah.
It's so weird. It's like
love it.
it's this inanimate thing. Like, it's not an actual thing. You know that. It's just people. But it's
like, you know what it is? It's sort of exactly what they were talking about in Sapiens.
I haven't read it.
It's a collective meme in people's heads of that light on the shining hill that you're pushing for in life. And it's just, honestly, over and over again, there is a reason that public servants, the underclass, and unions support the Labor Party, because they believe in the light on the shining hill. You know?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful idea. Everything about the Labor Party is beautiful. The fact that the flag is red because it is to honour those that died.
Right, is that what it is?
In union strikes.
That's pretty sick. That's mad.
Isn't it? Like,
yeah.
It is to honour the blood.
No, dude, it's mad.
War.
I just don't like, like, I'm not that into, like, the quotas and shit, But, like, that's not, I guess, not the bread and butter of their,
like, you know what I am into and what you should be into? The Labor Party is leading the world. Leading the world in trying to get that anti-plastic treaty signed.
Is that really true?
Getting rid of plastics.
That's amazing. I mean,
that's what they're doing. And that's like, just one of their environmental accomplishments.
And to be honest,
the Greens are going around saying, like, we got a water check in gas. In 3 years, we did one thing. We had to lie. It was incredible. I saw this TikTok of Adam Band. Every time I look at him,
you really don't like the Greens,
hey? Look like a baby and an 80-year-old at the same time. But
this guy, doesn't like, for the record, doesn't like the Greens. Go on.
Just sit there and brag about 15th the Greens have done. 4 of those things are complete and utter lies. Complete and utter lies. I've done a TikTok on it. I'm not even going to go through them now because I've already done it. But one of them, the one thing they had was just like, we've got like a water check on gas. So like when you're opening up a new gas well, you have to check that it's not damaging any water. Okay, you're really showing your local council roots there. That's kind of like bragging that we put greater restrictions on making sure that verandas are bushfire proof. That's cool, I guess. That's something. Yeah. That's great. Do you really deserve 15 fucking seats for that one thing? And you had to lie about 4. Couldn't even fill a hand. Just one thing. One. That was the only thing that had any truth behind it. Meanwhile, the Labor Party is leading the world in trying to get a plastics treaty signed. That's them doing that. You want some other environmental accomplishments of them? I don't know. Protecting the Murray-Darling by making sure it has 450 gigalitres of water, of environmental water in it, like the most important water source there is. Did you know this, Miss Love?
Did
you know
Hit me.
that the Australian Labor Party has now put 52%...
You like them, right?
They're the good ones. The LNP, as we know. They're the same party, just in case you didn't realise. Take note, Queensland.
L stands for Labor.
Labor.
Anyway.
N stands for National, because the Labor Party and the Nationals are in it.
No, they're saying that they're available across
the nation.
Yes.
Party means party. That's concluded. Miss Love's 8-year education.
There you go. Oh, shit.
They were pushing for it. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This shirt is fucking scary.
It's fucked. You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of the pants as well. The socks I'm a big fan
Thanks.
of. The hat freaks me out because it makes you look like a man that runs a community radio station in a small mountain town in Colorado.
Christ, that'd make me
the
happy.
Glasses.
Yeah, the glasses
and
as well.
The beard.
Yeah, the whole thing.
The whole head is, hey man, welcome to W. Klein GT5. Yeah, this station's had a lot of history. Willie Nelson once recorded a song.
Yeah, totally. Playing everything from indie to indie rock across the Rocky area.
Yeah. You're listening to Rocky FM. No, it used to be called Rocky FM, then the radio station bought it out.
Sorry, but no, yes.
Yeah, listen to this. Listen to this.
Yep.
Ready for this?
Yep.
52%, over half of Australia's waters are now protected.
That's
under
sick.
the Labor Party.
That's sick.
Under the Labor Party, 52%.
When you say protected, what do you mean, though?
I mean that they are either under national park or they are under some form of restriction of like fishing, overfishing.
Yeah.
They are known as like a breeding zone, so there's like great restrictions on the things that you can use on them.
But you can still fish a bit, right?
Yeah, I think 48% of Australia's
good.
might be enough fishing.
Sorry, because I'm just here to push back, and as long as there's some fishing, I don't think we've ever really had that.
And on top of that, like when you say like protected,
yeah,
that means you can still fish there. There's just seasons where you can't.
Yeah.
Not all of it, but
look, I'm off. Yeah, I'm. That's good. I'm just.
It's never been.
It's never been an issue.
Understand this for a second.
Yeah.
That is the most amount of ocean protected of any country on Earth.
That's amazing. Are you serious?
That's them. That's what they did this term again. No credit. No credit.
What is this? Someone said, why didn't Labor boot all of the libs from the ABC, like Buttrose, back in 2019 when they had the chance? Can they do that?
Well, because Buttrose was under contract. That's why.
Right.
And most of them are under contract. That's the main reason that you're doing that. As well as the fact that the ABC is... It would be great if they did that, but I will also say that the ABC is just a cowering whippet. And yes, they have been unfair to the Labor Party, and I will be going into some examples of that. But generally, they understand the gist that whoever's in government, it's time to relax a bit.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, look, dude, the plastic thing is pretty huge.
Isn't it huge?
Yeah.
And then the protection of the Darling, huge.
That's
protection
mad.
of Australia's coastline, massive. Protection of putting in... I can't remember the exact figure of the amount of national parks, but I'll give you a good example. The Labor Party in just Queensland alone protected an area the size of Scotland and Wales.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Why don't they like? Just why don't they say these things?
They say them. No one listens. Everyone just sits there and says they're shit.
Where do they say it? What, on the news?
No. Well, again, like the news just never reports any of it. They just ignore everything.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how many leaks I get from the Liberal Party that I look at and I think, why isn't the news reporting this? Endlessly.
Really?
And the reason is because it's a protection racket for the Liberals, inevitably, every time. You know that if anything, half as scandalous, a quarter as scandalous was ever revealed by the Labor Party, it would be on the news. And it never is. It never is. So they just sit there and say, ooh, expose, Albo got a house. But, and it's like, you just caught Peter Dutton the other day saying he's going to bring back a gold class ticket visa while he goes out into press releases saying, I'm tough on migrants, while he's sitting there with this Chinese flesh trader saying, yeah, we'll bring back this, this visa for your business model. Well, I'm not going to say that publicly, just to my fundraisers.
Why does, we'll move on because we should probably do some other topics, but why do the media protect the libs then? Like, they're not like millionaires. Like, it's like, I know that like Murdoch and stuff have their interests, but like, you know, journalists themselves, like, they're not like that. It's not like they're not mining magnates, you know? Like,
no, but they're of that class. They were trained in the journalism schools.
Right, yeah.
They were trained in the journalism schools naturally to slant the news against them. They also like just go into these institutions. The institutions just subconsciously tell them this is how we're reporting things.
Like the Chomsky thing, right? Like you wouldn't be there.
You wouldn't be there. You wouldn't be there. And on top of that, I will say this. The average journalist, very removed. This is something that they were talking about in an old essay that I was reading about this. Journalists back in the 20s, they understood the game. They knew what was happening there. They weren't stupid. They understood that the proprietors wanted them to push for the United Australia Party, which became the Liberal Party back then, right? But they were from working class families. Their dads were like shoe salesmen and brickies and shit. And then they just got into journalism. So they tried to sneak information into the working class into their papers. They tried to do that. But we are 6-7 generations away from that.
Right.
These people usually, like, you usually pawn off dullards in your private school network into being journalists and getting those roles. Just dudes that are too stupid to get on the board.
It's so funny because completely anecdotal, but like a lot of my friends that I grew up with went to private schools, and I don't know a single journalist. But I know one. I know one dude, not from primary school, but from friends of friends that went to a like IGS. I don't think that is a private actually, and he is a journalist. So how's that? Right? I basically might as well not be saying anything. I'm just saying, yeah, man, one each.
So, man, that's Vislav's final thought.
Final thought. I don't know.
I don't even know the final thought.
No, here's the final thought.
The final thought.
Here's the final thought. Right. Where are these quote unquote private school journalists? I just don't see them. I've seen one.
Right.
So where are they? Where are they coming from?
Right.
Tell me seriously. You're the metrics man.
What do you mean?
You're the man being like, I know demographics and I know numbers. So like where?
What do you mean where?
Like what schools are they coming from?
Oh, they're usually just coming from. The what are they called again? Like the top 8.
What are they? Like Scots?
Like your Scots and your Grammars and your...
Really?
Huh?
I just didn't... this is the thing. I never thought of being a journalist as an elite job. I don't see it as that.
I know.
Is it?
No, it's like a dumb person's glamour job. But the thing is, you have to be connected to get a job at these places.
That's
a lot of the time.
usually true.
Yeah? So the only reason that you're going into...
I mean, you're not going to get like Socialist Alliance Party card-carrying members in bloody the Sydney Morning Herald, obviously. But you'd think that there would be, you know, like... How can I put it? What I'm just trying to say is like for instance, I assume it's more diverse than you think.
Job for me in the Sydney Morning Herald. Both of them. Yeah. One of them is from the Bunyip aristocracy.
Yeah,
so that's one of those rules.
That makes more sense to me.
And
that makes more sense.
The other one, Fergus Hunter, like a private schoolboy through and through.
Right. Okay. So I guess that it is what it is. But you're telling me there's no one from like a public school that works as a journalist.
Yeah, there would be.
But like,
there absolutely is. But
but-
like the culture is
yeah,
thoroughly
yeah,
private school.
fair enough. And it is that sort of like, it's like that joke you make where it's like, I'm holding Malcolm Turnbull to account. It's like, but I also had like spaghetti and pippies with him last weekend. It's like, well, you know,
Yeah.
that is like, you're not like
You argued him over which entree you're going to have.
you're not like holding high-powered people to account. If you're having dinner with them, you just can't.
You know.
So it's a different kind of Look, you're fair. Very, very. It's a fair call. But it's.
I mean, dude, always just remember this, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Liberal Party fundraiser of 2019 was held at Channel 9 headquarters.
Yeah.
What more needs to be said?
Exactly. That literally says it all. And it was, what's his name? Old mate, Howard.
Talking knee.
Yeah. What's his name again?
Costello.
Yeah. Does he own it?
He doesn't own it. He's no longer on the board, but
Right.
he was on the board for 12
Yeah,
years.
it just makes, it's like, as soon as you spell it out, it's like, it makes complete sense. And then if you're like, well, just because you joined the board doesn't mean they have a slant. It's like, shut up, dude. No one owns a media company. Why else would you own one? I suppose to make money, but what, in TV?
But this is also my other big gripe with the independents, right? Everybody gets, you'd have to be such an idiot to truly believe the Sydney Morning Herald's slogan of independent always. You know, you can just say
that's
you're
crazy.
independent.
Yes,
Did you know that?
I didn't even know that
You know
was
that
their
you can just say, I'm independent.
Yeah.
Does everyone understands this, right?
Yeah.
Like, just because you say you're independent doesn't mean you're independent.
Of course not. And like, what does that even mean?
I'm independent.
It's exactly.
What does that mean? It just means like I sold out to a billionaire independently. That's all it means.
Yeah. But couldn't you also say that everyone is beholden to something? Like you legitimately are truly independent. It's just that you fucking are a Labour simp and love them. But you're being honest. Like you independently came to that fucking thought process. You're not. No one's telling you to do that. So you're being honest, and that's what you believe. But most people don't have. It's like a luxury. You can't. Most people don't. And it's a luxury you built yourself. But it's like most people don't have the. They can't be too outspoken. You know, these institutions kind of. You have to toe the line. It's like every company. You have to toe the line.
Yeah, no.
That's just how it is.
Yeah, but that's horrible. And that
It
should
is.
be
Of
ashamed
course, it is
yourself.
horrible.
You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself if you're a journalist. Period. You should.
I mean, what about the ones that do that? Remember that show that was just like, get away, go to Bali. It's
No, they should be very proud of themselves. They've had a great life. God, I wish I had
that's.
their life.
But they're not
Wouldn't that be
exactly. They're not
incredible?
exactly journalists, are they? Just being like, that's a nice
They're
curry
lifestyle journalists. They're getting to the bottom
lifestyle.
of what
You know,
hotel
but
paid
there's
them to go there.
But there are some good journalists, right, that are independent and go out there and do whatever the hell they want and
Who?
risk their lives. I
Who?
don't know,
My
like
lawyer from the
Yeah.
2000s?
Yeah, him.
Yeah, him. That's it.
and a couple of his proteges.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Let's just say that they are a rare bird.
Yes.
At the very least.
At the very
Like,
least,
to the
yeah.
point. To the point that you can't even call them journalists because there's just so many people with the moniker journalist that it's a completely different species.
Yeah, journalists should. The only person who should be a journalist is someone I think that isn't interested in making money at all, and they're kind of insane people that need to like they just rock back and forth and need to kind of like obsessively get to the bottom of truth, objective truth, as close as you can get to the truth, or at least just pointing a phone at something and posting it and being like, I can do whatever I want. This is happening in front of me. I'm going to post it. That's the only person that should be journalists. Like, probably the closest thing you could come to real journalist is like those people in Gaza just with the phone being like, look, and then like explosions happening, and you know what I mean? It's like, you know, someone might argue that people point their phones at the narrative that they want to show, but usually it's people that just need to. They're just kind of a bit, you know, crazy and need to. They have this impulse to just represent what is happening in real time, right?
Well, I don't know how you would police it, but honestly, the only people that I've ever met that I honestly think are good journalists are people that some injustice is brought to them and it kind of like eats away at them and they have to say something about it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only people. And there's very few of those people. Most people are absolutely fine pulling the lever at the gas chamber.
Yeah.
Vast
The thing
majority.
that you're like, I think you're overlooking though is that like a lot of journalists do sometimes pull punches. Like there was one journalist for the Sydney Morning Herald that did a article on your situation with, your little life-threatening thing you went through, and it was like, it was really good. And like occasionally this happens where people do, but I think what happens is they just, certain articles are let, few people get through the mesh, and there's like a legitimately factual, just reporting reality as it is with no bias. Those do come through from like the Sydney Morning Herald, but it's probably just like every.
No, I
it's
know
like
who
one
you're
out.
talking
It's probably
about.
like one.
It's honestly one person at the
One.
Sydney Morning Herald. It's literally
Really,
one.
really,
You can talk to her about it.
right.
No one else is doing it.
Yeah.
And yes, the Sydney Morning Herald more or less gives her free reign.
Yeah.
But dude, she's old.
Right.
She's going to cark it. She's
Yeah.
sort of mostly there because she's got like a celebrity status.
Shit. Okay.
And she's able to kind of negotiate herself into contracts that no one else is going to have. And on top of that, I will say it again, she is from an age
Yeah.
where like there was...
Yeah.
It's like a completely different breed of human being.
Yeah. Where it was like.
And even then, she was still kind of unique because most of them still were self-serving cunts. You know, but like that is gone. Like when people say, "Oh, journalism used to be good back in the days," it wasn't. It's just gotten progressively worse. It started terribly, and it's now even worse than that.
Right.
And the classic example is, and I use this as the great example, is like when Anthony Albanese was trying to explain Future Made in Australia to journalists, their response was, "What do you think about that guy that said something homophobic in the NRL?" They didn't even get it.
Jesus.
You understand? Like, this is the level of journalism now. They are.
Right.
That's how good the propaganda model has happened. Who'd have thought that the ultimate boss final form of Chomsky's propaganda model is to just have a bunch of durs in there that don't even understand what they're writing? That's where you want to go.
Right.
Kind of like what they were talking about. I just can't believe I'm going to do that. In 1984. But remember that sentence when we were listening to it in the car? That one really stuck out at me. That they were kind of gearing language so that it kind of almost became meaningless and was very not much difference at all to when you're sitting around in your lunch cafeterias. There's not much difference between you and just a bunch of ducks at the pond going gang, 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 gang. That's the ideal journalist. Just a bunch of ducks quacking, not really understanding the words that are coming out of their mouth. And that's what they are now.
Well, look, we should probably cover at least some more topic because I can feel Ali having a fucking out-of-body seizure right now. But like, change the subject, so I'll do like a few more. But there you go. Whether to vote for Liberals, Labor or Greens, inconclusive.
All good choices.
Inconclusive. We're not sure.
Whatever decision you make is the right one. Because you're representing you.
Want to see my tattoo, dude?
Damn!
Yeah?
Yeah, I forgot about it.
I just forgot about it, but then I saw it in the thing.
Better not sit there and go, icky guy.
It pretty much is that. What do you mean?
No.
I've forgotten that.
Yeah, I know, but I thought that you'd point to a
Joking.
tattoo that you had 6 years ago.
No, dude, check it out. I don't know what's the best way to can they see? Yeah, I'll just do.
I'll just describe it.
No, they'll see it. They'll
listening
see it. Taking care of business.
No, you did not.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right, Bislover's got a
TCB.
lightning bolt and has the words taking care of business. Why is lightning taking care of business?
In lightning speed.
The taking care of business at lightning speed, is that what it was?
Yeah. It's an Elvis thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wasn't taking care of business by that 80s band?
Yeah, but he coined it. He coined it and was just like, taking care of business, honey. And then like he started this band. It's like, it's the TCB band. And then it's like, it's a thing. He had like a necklace of this. And it's just like...
Elvis started a taking care of business band.
No, yeah, TCB band.
Incredible.
Google it. I want you to see it.
The taking care of business band.
Yeah, just say like TCB Elvis. I think it's too small
Every
though.
day, taking care of business.
I should have got it bigger. But it'll do for now. You probably can't see shit.
Taking care of business, Elvis band. So why did you get it?
Just think it's good to remember to take care of business.
Take care of business. Well, you're never going to see it because it's
I know.
way below the short.
Well, I was gonna get it here, and I'm like, that's a bit dumb. Just like it just looked cooler here. Where it's just like, yeah, down the leg, you know?
It is. It's very. I'm a stripper.
Yeah. And also, I didn't want to get it on my arm because it's too rock and roll on the arm. Like, yeah, you know. But did you see it? Did you see the little design?
Yes, I did. Yeah, there it is, right on the guitar pick.
Yeah.
Did the tattoo artist when you got
My
it?
brother did it. My brother did it.
Of course.
Yeah. I'm not paying for a tattoo.
I'll tell you what, he did it pretty well.
He's really good.
All those year 11 mates that he completely permanently made.
Yeah, I mean, there
while
as
he was
well.
learning. You're in there?
Yeah, there's some shit
Great.
ones on me. Yeah, I'm going to shout him out. Shout out, what's his thing called? It's called Where's My Slice. Go follow him. He's, if you want tattoos in Sydney, he's got a shop. But, yeah, dude, do you like it? I just think it's a cool man. Like, dude, my legs are just self-help mantras. Like, Ikigai, take care of business. I just think it's like, it's cool. It's like, as dumb as it is, it's a good reminder just to be like, just
take care of business.
just take care of business, man. Just get it done, you know?
Well, can you show everybody your laptop just before we go?
Yeah. I don't
You
know
should be very proud of that young man.
I don't know if you can see it, though. Here. So here's... In every single way. Dang. It's too small, I reckon I should have... whatever.
Nah, it's quite... It's one of your larger tattoos. But then again, most of your tattoos you need a microscope to see.
This just says... What does it say? Work only, I think, right? Only work.
Only work.
Because, you know, I want to... Because my phone isn't... sorry, my laptop is an absolute...
Joke.
It's a joke.
A disgrace.
Disgrace, and the stuff they're playing here is woke crap.
Very woke.
Elvis had a TCB belt buckle as well. That's mad.
Care of
I just think it's a cool... I just think it's like a cool mantra. Like, it's so dumb, but it's actually like kind of rad.
Yeah.
You like... You're a fan?
Agreed. Taking care of business.
It's great.
It's not bad.
It's just that's a good...
I don't know. I don't know why. It's purely because of Elvis, but everyone sort of knows what it means, and that's good.
Yeah, I just think it's cool. I don't know.
I do very much like how your no tattoos that you get apart from that puma ripping itself out of your arm.
Yeah.
Other than that, no real scary tats.
Yeah.
You're not a very scary man, are you, miss?
Not or am.
Not.
Nah, I'm chill.
Yep.
Just look scary.
Look terrifying.
But yeah, I don't know. People are just impressed or not. But yeah, the final Kanye West meltdown, Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl, and Taylor. Okay, I'm going to smash through these because you don't know anything about this. Can I just smash through this for you?
Please do. We've got 4 minutes.
No. We started 10 late. We'll go to 10 past. Oh, we'll do whatever we want. I'm so keen for a feed. Oh my God.
I really want to end it.
We're going to end it, but just check this out.
All right, but in
it's
the meantime, El Janas?
I'll do definitely El Janas. I'll do anything that makes me feel ill
afterwards.
Because I've really
Pepsi it is.
Pepsi, yeah, all
Pepsi
of it.
and El
all
Janas.
of it.
But
And
what do you want from it?
Are you ordering it?
Yep.
Are you doing your chicken thing?
Yes, I am.
I want the chicken thing. So
want the
just
chicken
get. This
thing.
is sick. This is what we usually do on the up late.
Yeah, you get a little preview.
This is
and that's absolutely true. Half of it is us ordering food. How could you not pay for it?
What was it? Yeah,
half a quarter.
I'm pretty hungry, dude. Half.
2 halfy boys.
2 halfy boys and with chippies and please, for the love of God, tabbouleh, garlic and chili. You know the chili stuff?
Yes, I do.
That's what I want. And some bread. Let's just go hard. Okay, so yeah. By the way, does anyone? Can I just ask you? Do you like? Dude, I'm sorry. I love Elvis. Do you like Elvis?
I don't have anything against him.
Okay. I just think I know people are just like, he stole black music, but it's like,
No, he didn't.
whatever. Like, you know, I love Muddy Waters as well. I love what's his name? The rubber ducky guy, Richie, whatever. But Elvis was sick. What's this? Posted corn. Anyway, I'll fill you in with you're listening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just fill you in on this little soft news end before we finish. So you know the Super Bowl or whatever?
Yeah, I'm aware of it.
Taylor Swift, you know how they zoom in on people and they're like, look who's here.
Yep.
Taylor Swift got
Look who's here.
Taylor Swift got booed.
Yeah, okay, so why is that?
Well, Trump got cheered. So they zoomed in on Taylor Swift and was like, boo.
Ah, because she supported...
Yeah, I think so. And then they zoomed in on Trump and they're like, yeah.
Incredible.
I mean, it's not that surprising what gridiron fans like Trump and don't like Taylor Swift. It's not a huge surprise.
I mean, last time they were really cheering her on, weren't they?
Were they? Okay, I don't know.
Fuck me, El is expensive.
Is it?
So expensive.
Dude, I can pay for mine.
No, it's all good, but...
How much is it? Like, how much are we talking?
I'm not going to say on the podcast. It's disgraceful.
Really? Dude, I can...
Tip? You're lucky I'm buying in the first place. Bro.
Tip?
Well, about the tip for something that hasn't been delivered yet?
I can give you
yeah, that sounds
give me a quarter
in
if you
Australia.
want. We can do give me a quarter if you want.
Too late.
Oh man, Jesus Christ. So that happened. Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl. I don't know if you followed this, but Kendrick Lamar won 5 Grammys, and one of his songs, which literally calls Drake a pedophile.
Yep.
And he won 5 Grammys. So
many times. I can't believe that he won the Grammy for that.
Yeah,
I listened to the song as well, and I thought,
great.
This is just any diss track. And also on top of this, I'm sorry to all the Kendrick fans out there, but one,
I like
don't
Kendrick.
know why you're a Kendrick fan?
No.
Drake is clearly the more talented musician, obviously. No, but seriously though, like,
I like one of his albums a lot.
Huh?
I like one of his albums, but
how much better is Eminem?
But dude,
and how much
Eminem's like his biggest. He's a huge Eminem fan. He loves Eminem. They're very similar stylistically. They sort of enunciate and like they definitely have a similar style. I think it's the same shit.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, you can't replace the king. And my whole thing is, Eminem has made some fire diss tracks over the years. Where's his 6 Grammys for those diss tracks?
Look, rap.
And also on top of that,
I don't know.
how can you win Grammys for diss tracks? They're not songs. They are songs, but
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, the Grammys,
it's quite
There's
dystopic that a diss track can win.
Yeah, the Grammys this year. Oh shit! Sorry, the Grammys this year was really sad. Like, this is okay. He said us. This goes for. I'm not going to play it on the thing. It goes for 2 minutes, but.
Spent like all the money for the commercial.
Goes for like 30
on these
seconds.
new teeth. So once again, I had to shoot it on the iPhone. Go to Yeezy.com.
Dude, that was his Super Bowl ad.
He's back.
That was his Super Bowl ad.
back
That's
again
actually pretty
than ever.
sick. That was pretty sick.
You know, it's just so great knowing that, because that's kind of like the Cannes Film Festival or whatever for advertising execs and directors. They're all sitting there slaving away for a year, and you can guarantee that they got 100 times the articles written about it.
I mean, it's smart.
Sucked in.
It's smart. Like I kind of like that. Just like, who gives a shit? This is all advertising is. This is all I need to do, which is true.
Yep.
It's like a vlog, right?
Yep. Good on him. It's great. He's shown up the entire industry.
It's pretty funny.
Sucked in, ruined it all.
He's
They
also
hate him.
he's also said some wild shit over the last week on Twitter. He said free what's his name? Free P Diddy.
Free him.
He said, I'm a Nazi.
I like how there's nothing else to that as well.
Yeah,
Free Diddy.
he said, I'm a Nazi, and then also just ragged on like Jews way more. And then I think he's selling. I can't believe it. I think he's selling like swastika shirts.
He is not.
I Google it.
All right, I'm going to Yeezy.com.
Go to
For the ad, mostly. It was that effective.
Kanye West.
So good. Half the words in that was
Yeah. Kanye West having an absolute
Super
meltdown on
Bowl
X about
ad.
Nazis.
You know,
and
how
stuff.
dystopic is it, Miss?
Yeah.
That Super Bowl,
Holy shit! You know how much that cost? You know how much he paid for that ad?
7 mil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go on. Yeah.
Isn't it so dystopic that Super Bowl, first off, designed to distract the masses? First off, that's the first
For
part.
sure.
But on top of that,
Well, I mean,
the whole
don't give me
main
that.
event
Sport's fun.
of
Like,
every Super Bowl ever is the ads.
I'm sorry. I just want to. Have you gone on Yeezy.com yet?
No,
Okay, go on.
well, I'm about to.
Yeah.
He's doing it. The
God,
madman did it.
I just can't.
And what? That's the only thing you can buy. Select your size.
It's the only thing you can buy, bro. David Schwimmer is not going to be happy. This is pretty.
Wow, what a... That's incredible. He did an ad directing people to a shirt store that has one design. One.
And what a design.
How much is it?
That I don't know. Let's find out.
Yeah, we got to
What size 1, 2, 3? What kind of sizes are those? 33. No,
$33.
$33.
All right, well, it's just a
It's quite
YouTube
well
merch
priced,
store, isn't it?
It's quite well priced. That is pretty. Okay, I'm just going to point out the obvious here, but it would be very offensive to a Jewish person. In fact, is that legal? I hear it's a hate crime now, I think, because of Labor.
I can't believe it.
But is it a hate crime in America to wear that? I can't believe it.
No, I
either.
don't think so.
It's not?
No.
It's I love. Did this man think about this too? He was running.
After placing the local TV ad, he put it up. Holy hell. Kanye. All right, I just did a video saying that he's run out of juice. He can't do anything more shocking. That has truly shocked me. That is truly shocking.
It's truly
He's done it.
shocking.
He's done it. He's back. Kanye West. Damn. I thought that he was taken off of X. No. He deliberately deleted his X account.
Really?
Removes his entire Yeezy catalog except for $20 swastika shirts.
Dude, what is going on? This man ran for president.
I can't believe it. I honestly thought... Look, up until the ad thing with the swastika thing, I thought he's run out of ideas. But I'm sorry, he's repackaged it and made it again.
He's
Yeah, dude.
back.
He's back. He is back.
Oh, man.
That is... I can't believe it. I actually am, for the second... I really don't want to say this word because I feel like it's every podcaster ever, but so crazy. We're all so crazy.
No, it is, though.
That's
It's crazy.
the second podcast in a row where I'm truly speechless.
There was a
speechless.
there was a picture of like there was a picture being like today was a weird day for the internet, and there's just screenshots of posts released in one day in America, and it was like Trump being like ban straws, Elon Musk being like, I love Trump as much as a man can without being gay. Kanye being like, I'm selling Nazi shirts, and something else that's insane. And it's like, the fuck is going on? Is this just a crazy party, or are you losing your minds?
And also did an ad. I can't get over it. $7 million, and I had nothing in it. It just says go to Yeezy.com. And I suppose that's it. So then after that, after he puts that ad on...
Well, no money in the production, right?
Huh?
I mean, the ad is genius because it's like
Well, the ad
production value $0.
zero.
So he's just paying for the spot, right?
He's paying for the spot,
So insane, dude.
and that's Yeah, he's got that. But then the way that he got around that is by letting the Super Bowl ad go, getting all the attention from the Super Bowl ad because it's so lazy and understated that it completely undercut every other Super Bowl ad there. And then right after that, deletes everything off of the store except for the swastika thing. So he gets like a huge flurry of articles after that.
Damn.
Look, man, I honestly thought that he'd run out of ideas, but that is maybe the most impressive advertising campaign ever.
Yeah, it's smart.
It
The
has to be. I'm
advertising.
sorry. He's just
The
way
products-
better than everyone else in advertising.
Yeah. Product's questionable, but yeah. It's insane. Well, look,
He's done it.
We're gonna-
I'm sorry.
we're gonna finish on-
that. Like, you know what? Okay, the man does not deserve any more Grammys, but he definitely deserves Cannes Lions awards. He deserves marketing advertising
Right.
awards. He deserves the Cannes Lions.
I don't think they'll give
no
it
one's
to
going
him.
to come up with something better than that.
I
Huh?
don't think they'll give it to him considering the product, but
Yeah, but like, you know, if there was justice in the world, you know what he is? He is just the world's greatest marketer.
it's a good. It's smart
It's
and
truly shocking.
and basically, if you are just a bit nuts, that will give you a you're going to be good at marketing, basically, because you don't give a shit. But we got to get the hell out of here because we've got a lot of work to do after this. Still, like I got to upload this and everything. So, thank you for joining us on the Randy Geordies podcast. It's been swell. Ali's going to be away next week again, so you got more of this to look forward to. I got to figure out how to do the rest of this stuff. Please join us on the Up Late because that's where the action is. That's where the juice is. That's the saucy, the Vegemite salt shaker salt fries of podcasts. So join us there. We will continue the conversation, probably for a lot longer. And we'll catch you next week. I got to walk over to press off.
Okay. What a professional institution we are.